doing the Illey Lane way today. Sunday afternoon at the moment. Chap's out on his e-bike. It's pretty effortless. As you know, it's just straight on rather than go to the reservoir way. There's a couple of little tight squeezes along there that you have to be mindful of, but apart from that it's pretty straightforward. Pigeon, this baby. Oh, gonna get killed in no time if he stays there. So this bit here, best thing is just sticks tightly to the left. It's quite narrow, and just take your time because it's everyone has to go a bit slow because it's easy to kind of there's a little ditch on the left hand side. And when you're coming back this way, there's like a little ditch where you have to kind of be careful of. So it's a balance of not wrecking your paintwork on the leaves, but this little bit here you got to be careful. Just go slow around this part here. If there's another car going around at the same time, you just slow down and just stay tight to the edge of the road. It's not normally too bad. You might have to scrape the trees a little bit, but it shouldn't do any damage. If there's like an idiot behind you here, you can always park, you can always pull over to that little space there, look, on the left, in front of the gates. So it says 30 mile along here. Most people in the mornings, they kind of like to do about 40 down here. You can pull over to the left there if you need to let anyone past as well. It's quite easy. Next little tight squeeze is just here. Well, it's just as you approach the church, the Franklin Church, the graveyard. Just here, it's a little bit tight here. You can always pull over to the left there as well if you need to let anyone go past. And just take your time around this corner here. And there's a little bottleneck approach in here, which it's pretty much the hardest thing on the whole road, really. It's not too bad. Just approach it slow, because there's only room enough for one car up here, really. But don't panic if there is another car like this one here. You can just pull into this little ditch here, look, and let him go past. So, but normally, the person will wait at the other side. Me and that guy then, we came kind of at the same time. But even so, you know, it wasn't the end of the world. So yeah, just carry on, and you come to the T-junction. I guess when it's busy in the morning, this T-junction here is a little bit edgy, you know. But if you just take your time, you should be fine. That rhymes, so it must be true. So this one here, just kind of just wait until you're comfortable. Edge forward enough so you can see what's coming on the right. Then 50 mile an hour along here. That, to be honest, is the hardest part, I would have thought. Doing this video to break up a drab Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. So it's yeah, you know what Sundays are like. They're a bit drab, aren't they? I certainly find them drab. So then, just after the Franklin service exit, just indicate to the left to go on to Illey Lane. And yeah, it's about 40 mile an hour, I think most people do down here. I think it is national speed until you get a bit further along to where that little pub, the Black Horse, is. Black Horse the second. There's obviously the main Black Horse is in Northfield, but there's a little Black Horse down here. So yeah, it just doesn't hurt to slow down a bit here. It's 30 mile an hour just here. Wouldn't really want to do too much more because it's quite bendy. There's the Black Horse. Been in there once. I thought it was a bit boring. Pubs are boring, aren't they? Just, what's there to do, really? Just sit there, innit? You can just do that at home, just sit down at home and just be bored there. So yeah, watch out for, there's a few potholes down here which have been filled in. So they're not too bad at the moment. There was one in particular I had to keep on dodging all the time. Some nice walks down there. You can pull over to the side and walk across the countryside, go mushroom picking. I mean, you know, sightseeing. All that. Oh, there's a fair up there. Don't know where that is. Oh yeah, I know where it is. It's in the car boot field, the Romsley one, not the Hogs Lane one, the other one. So yeah, follow the road, and 30 mile an hour is fine. It's just right, and then that fair's in one of these fields here, to the right or the left. I think it's the right hand side. This part on the left here, that's where they have the car boots. I don't think it is that one. So yeah, Bromsgrove Road. Left is going to Bromsgrove, going through Romsley to Bromsgrove, and right is Halesowen. 40 mile an hour signs just here as you approach the big roundabout. Horses on the right hand side there. I will say hello to him in the morning. If he's there, that is. Normally him and his mate are there, kind of eating the grass, doing what horses do. And here's the main roundabout. Take the middle lane to carry on. You can carry on in the right hand lane, but it's easier in this lane. So just keep to the left hand lane, follow the lane, you know, keep your lane discipline and all that stuff. And then I think it's about 40 mile an hour here still, so it's a pretty straightforward way this way, to be honest. I quite like it. You might find you'll need to go this way if there's any congestion on the other routes. Just bear in mind there's two M5 motorway, there's two ways to the M5 around here. So if there's a problem on the M5, it can cause a bit of bumper to bumper. But it's not very often that happens, to be honest. Stick to the left-hand lane all around here. Keeps it simple. Still 40 miles an hour. So the roundabout that you come to, the other route, the Quinton roadway, this is the roundabout coming up now. So you need to go straight on. So again, choose the middle lane, which is just basically to stay in this lane, and then you come to the middle lane, and then kind of fall into the same lane as you would if you was coming the other way. Then indicate right about left about there. Someone's in a rush here, overtaking me on the inside. Let him get on with it. There you go. You're here at Halesowen College. I'm going to carry on and go to the main college as well today for this video. Just in case, why not? Seeing as I'm here already. So we're going to the Halesowen, the main Halesowen campus, which is was it Whittingham Road? So at this crossroad here, after the Vauxhall car showroom, we want to turn left. I don't think these lights apply to this left turning, so we just give way, we just stop to give way, and then when it's clear we can go. So if you ever need to do a drop off at the top of this hill, and there's a load of traffic coming down this hill, you might just want to carry on and go back through Halesowen town centre, which is what I do. I do it most of the time anyway, to be honest, because turning around here would be a bit of a pain. So say for example you did a drop off just around here somewhere. Whittingham Road is on the right here, where the main entrance to Halesowen College is, just there, look. So rather than turn around, there'll be loads of coaches up there as well, it'll be hard to turn around. We'll just carry on down here. You got like another roundabout down here to contend with, but it's not too bad. And I don't find that things are too bad around here really. It's not too bad really. So as is the case most of the time around here, you just stick to the right hand lane to carry on. And when all clear, just follow this roundabout and then take this exit here. Past the old church. Weatherspoons. And it's normally pretty fair around here, to be honest, not normally too hectic. Bus station's just here. I know Lucy's caught the bus from there many a time back to Wheeler Castle. So yeah, it's just following this ring road around really. Then in a moment, after this next roundabout, we'll be back to where we passed going the other way. So this roundabout here, stay in the left-hand lane, and then same around the roundabout, and then there's a bus lane on this road, so stick to the right hand side. Take your time around that part. If there was something speeding past, you could always go into the bus lane, but I've never had that happen to me. People tend to go onto that in single file, so it's not such a bad thing. And then down here, I think it's about 40 mile an hour. Actually, it might have been 30 just there, so it's 40 mile an hour now. No speed cameras that I know of. Then we're approaching the right. We're approaching McDonald's, where we pass going the other way. Obviously, don't go into that lane by mistake, otherwise you'll be driving around the drive-through. So when you're in this lane, you're in the right lane to go back onto that roundabout. So here we are, we're approaching that main roundabout again. So this is the roundabout. Right here goes to Stourbridge, left goes to Quinton Way, straight on goes to Bromsgrove. So we want to go straight on towards Bromsgrove. We'll be turning off in a moment. Horses on the left hand side there, and then 30 mile an hour sign, and then to your next left, back onto Illey Lane. National speed. I just want to take this bit easy. This bit here is a little bit narrow. Just take it nice and easy. Third gear should be alright. It's national speed, but kind of 30 mile an hour from this point on. Bit more tricky on going back to pull over and let people go past, because there's not so many spaces to pull over to, whereas on the way here there's quite a few spaces to pull over. So whoever's stuck behind you, going back, pretty much stuck behind you. There's the entrance to Frankly. Is it? Yeah, what's the other side of Frankly Services. So we're back up the Bartlett Green Road here. I don't think it's called that, but it's the one that goes to Bartlett Green. I want to turn right, obviously. Weeks ago I saw a deer run over the road here. I was quite surprised. It was huge. It was not an adult deer. Just here it was. Back up Church Road, so it's next left. Church Hill, should I say? So there's that. Here's the bottleneck part of the road that we came up before. There's the sign for it there. So the same applies really. Just wait here for a moment. Nothing come in. Just go for it. First come, first serve situation. Just taking it slow around this corner here, it's a bit narrow. Past Scotland Lane. So yeah, this is where it gets a bit narrow again, so just take your time. Piece of cake really. So a useful route to know if the other route is congested. And normally it's not too busy either, but you might find on a Wednesday or a Thursday it might be a little bit busier, but all in all it's not too busy. Oh, I love your pink moped.